Common indices to lecture number 19 is role of OBA in textile wet processing. Table of contents. The table of contents of this lecture are strategies for use, the strategies for adding and retaining fluorescent whitening agents, chemical bleaching, physical bleaching, fluorescent compounds, and role of optical brightening agents in textile wet processing. Strategies for use. So, what are the factors which affect the fluorescent whitening agents, and what are the strategies which are used in the fluorescent whitening agents? Some of the critical factors in fluorescent whitening agents used include number 1 retention, number 2 quenching, number 3 competition with other UV absorbers, number 4 metamerism. So what is retention? Retention is the continued possession, use or control of something. In material science, quenching is the rapid cooling of a workpiece in a water, oil or air to obtain certain material properties. A type of heating treatment is provided. Quenching prevents undesired low temperature processes such as phase transformation from a cream. The third factor which affects the fluorescent whitening agent is competition with other UV absorbers. This means that chromophores and UV absorbers are in competition with each other. Number 4, metamerism. The fourth factor which affects the fluorescent whitening agent is metamerism. So what is metamerism? Metamerism is the phenomenon that occurs when two colors appear to match under one lighting condition, but not when light changes. Metameric matches are quite common, especially in near neutral colors like grays, whites and dark colors. So, these are four important factors like retention, quenching, competition with other UV absorbers and metamerism which affect the fluorescent whitening agents. The strategies for adding and retaining fluorescent whitening agents. So which strategies are used for adding the fluorescent whitening agents, and which strategies are used to retain the fluorescent whitening agents? So what is retention? The retention is the action of absorbing and continue to hold a substance. The strategies for adding and retaining fluorescent whitening agents to the wet end of the paper machine are very similar to those used with direct dyes. So, the strategies to add the fluorescent whitening agents and to retain the fluorescent whitening agents to the wet end of the paper machine is almost similar, which is used in the direct dyes. So, the strategies for adding and retaining fluorescent whitening agents is almost similar, which was used in the direct dyes. This is one of the reasons why it is common for paper markers to add all or most of the fluorescent whitening agents at the size press. So, the process of adding or retaining the fluorescent whitening agents is similar like the dyes. So, that's why the paper markers add the fluorescent whitening agents at the size press. So, all fluorescent whitening agents or some of the fluorescent whitening agents are added at the size press The idea is that light first encounters material paper to the surface of the paper, and this is where much of the size press formulation ends up. So, what is the process to add or retain the fluorescent whitening agents? The light is encountered on the material. So, at first, the light is encountered on the material that is placed near to the surface of the paper. So, after this, the fluorescent whitening agents are added to the size press. Here the process or the formulation ends up. So, what is the importance of this process? The optical brightening agents or the fluorescent whitening agents are commonly used in the paper industry. So, the optical brightening agents or the fluorescent whitening agents are used in the paper industry to improve the optical performance of the paper products. So, the major role of optical brightening agents is to improve the optical performance of the paper products. This process has been increased in the past years. The increased use of bleached chemi-thermo, mechanical pulp or high shield pulp in printing and writing papers GATE has initiated research topics on brightening efficiency of optical brightening agents on mechanical pulp containing furniches. Metamerism. So what is metamerism? Metamerism is a phenomenon that occurs when two colors appear to match under one lighting condition, but not when light changes. Metameric matches are quite common, especially in near neutral colors like grays, white, and dark colors. So, metamerism refers to the phenomena that two objects may appear to have identical color when viewed under certain type of illumination, but the same objects might not match under a different lighting. So, metamerism is a phenomena which is observed when two objects may appear to have the identical color. When these objects are placed in certain type of illumination, they appear to have identical color. So, when different lights are fall on these objects, it is possible that these objects might not have the same color. This is very common occurrence in the case of samples that contains different levels of activity of fluorescent whitening agents. So, this happens in various processes, and this is very common in case of samples which have different level of activity. So this process occurs in case of samples that possesses the different level of activity of fluorescent whitening agents, because when these objects are viewed under specific type of illumination, these objects might not match under a different lighting. So this is one of the reasons why it is common for paper markers to add all or almost of the fluorescent whitening agents at the size process. So for this reason, or for the process of metamerism, the paper markers try to add all the fluorescent whitening agents or most of the fluorescent whitening agents at the size press to avoid any problem. The idea is that light first encounters material nearer to the surface of the paper, and this is where much of the size press formulation ends up. So first light encounters on the material papers that is present near the surface of the paper, and then it goes towards the size press, and here the formulation ends up. Role of optical brightening agents in textile wet processing. So what is the role of optical brightening agents in textile wet processing? The operation of whitening, i.e. bleaching or brightening, is concerned with the preparation of fabrics whose commercial value is dependent on the highest possible whiteness. So, a bleaching action is performed on the textile materials or the fabrics whose commercial value is dependent on the highest possible whiteness. So first, the textile materials or the fabrics are bleached or brightened to obtain the highest possible brightness, because their commercial value is dependent on their highest possible whiteness. So firstly, they are bleached or brightened. Then other colors are added on these textile materials or the products. In bleaching textile process, houses are concerned with the removal of color impurities or their conversion into colorless substances. So, a bleaching action is performed on the textile material or the fabrics to remove the stains and the impurities that is present on the textile materials or the fabrics. So first, the removal of color impurities takes place through bleaching, and after the removal of color impurities or stains, the textile materials or the fabrics are converted into the textile materials that are colorless. So in this way, using the bleaching, the color impurities are removed and the materials are converted into colorless substances. First process to perform the bleaching action is chemical bleaching. In chemical bleaching, impurities are oxidized or reduced to colorless products. So, some sort of chemical treatment is provided on the textile materials or the fabrics to perform the bleaching action. In chemical bleaching, the impurities are removed through oxidation or reduction. So, after oxidation or reduction, the material is converted into the colorless products. So, in this way, the impurities are removed and the colored material is converted into the colorless substances. Physical bleaching. The second method to perform the bleaching action is the physical bleaching. So what is physical bleaching? Physical bleaching involves the introduction of complementary color whereby the undesired color is made invisible to the eye in an optical manner. For example, in bluing, the yellow cast of the substrate such as textiles, paper, sugar, etc. is eliminated by means of blue or blue-violet dyes. So, the second method to perform the bleaching action is the physical bleaching. In physical bleaching, the introduction of complementary colors involved. In this process, the undesired color which we want to remove is eliminated. So, the undesirable color is made invisible to the eye through optical manner. So, those undesirable colors which we want to remove are made invisible by choosing an optical manner or optical method. For example, in bluing, the yellowness or the yellow cast of the substrate is removed. The yellowness cast of the substrate such as textile, paper or sugar is eliminated by using the methods of blue pigments or blue dyes. So, to remove the yellow cast of the substrate or yellowness that is present on the textile materials, paper or sugar is eliminated by using the blue dye, blue pigment or the blue violet dyes. So in this way, by using the blue pigments or blue dyes, the yellowness that is present on the textile material, paper or the other materials is eliminated by using the blue dyes. Though through color compensation, the treated products appears whiter to the eye. However, it is actually grayer than the untreated material. So, through the color compensation, the fabrics that are treated by the optical brighteners or that are treated in an optical manner appears whiter to the eye. But in reality, they are actually grey in color. So, when we compare compare the materials which are treated with the optical method with those materials which are not treated with the optical methods, we can come to the point that those materials which are treated with the optical method looks clearer than the untreated material. With the aid of optical brightening agents, also referred to as fluorescent whitening agents, optical compensation of the yellow cast may be obtained. So through optical brightening agents, so the fluorescent whitening agents, we can obtain the yellow cast through optical compensation method. The yellow cast. So what is the role of yellow cast, or what is the role of optical brightening agents in textile wear processing? So how yellow cast play a role, or how we can produce the yellow cast? The yellow cast is produced by the absorption of the short wavelength light, violet to blue. So through the absorption of the wavelength light, the short wavelength light, violet to blue, we can obtain the yellow cast. With OBS, this lost light is in part replaced. Thus, a complete white is attained without a loss of light. So, through optical brightening agent, this is a possibility that this lost light is in part replaced. So, by choosing the optical brightening agents, we can obtain a complete white effect, and this complete white effect is obtained without the loss of light. How we can obtain the additional light? This additional light is obtained by the whitener by means of fluorescence. So through a process of fluorescence, we can obtain the additional light. And this additional light is obtained by the whiteners by following a process of fluorescence. Fluorescent whitening agents absorb the invisible UV portion of the daylight spectrum and convert this energy into the longer wavelength visible portion of the spectrum into blue to blue-violet light. So what is the role of fluorescent whitening agents? The fluorescent whitening agents play an important role. They absorb the invisible UV portion of the daylight spectrum and convert the energy into longer wavelength visible portion of the spectrum. So these fluorescent whitening agents convert the energy into longer wavelength visible portion of the spectrum, for example into blue to blue-violet light. The fluorescent whitening therefore is based on the addition of light, whereas the bluing method achieves its white effect through the removal of light. So what is the difference between the fluorescent whitening agents and the bluing method? Their difference is based on the addition of light. In fluorescent whitening agents, the process is based on the addition of light, while the bluing methods is based on the removal of light. So, in fluorescent whitening agents, by adding the light, the addition of light, we can obtain a white effect, while in blowing method, we can obtain the white effect through the removal of light. Fluorescent compound. So what is fluorescent compound? Many chemical compounds have been described in the literature as the fluorescent compounds that provide a suitable whitening effect. So there are many chemical compounds which are used as a fluorescent agents, and these fluorescent compounds or the fluorescent agents provides a whitening effect. Collectively, these materials are aromatic or heterocyclic compounds. Many of them contain condensed ring systems. So, the fluorescent compounds or the fluorescent agents which are used to obtain the white effects are the aromatic or heterocyclic compounds. These fluorescent compounds contain the condensed ring systems. An important feature of these compounds is that the presence of uninterrupted chain of conjugated double bonds. So, what is the important feature of these fluorescent compounds? An important feature of these compounds is the presence of an uninterrupted chain of conjugated double bonds, the number of which is dependent on the substituents as well as the planarity of the fluorescent part of the molecule. So these fluorescent compounds contain the chain that it consists of the conjugated double bonds. And their number is dependent on the substituents as well as the planarity of the fluorescent part of the molecule. So what are the important fluorescent compounds? Almost all of these compounds are derivatives of number 1 stilbene or 4,4-diamino-stilbene, number 2 biphenyl, number 3 five-membered heterocycles such as triazoles, oxazoles, imidazoles etc. Number 4 six-membered heterocycles, for example coumarins and naphthalemide etc. So these fluorescent compounds are the derivatives of stilbenes, biphenyls, heterocycles or the coumarin components. Role of optical brightening agents in textile wetting process. So what is the role of the optical brightness or the optical brightening agents in the textile wet processing? Number 1. Textile substrate of natural or the synthetic fibers are contaminated in the raw state by substances of varying degrees of yellowness. So the textile materials such as natural or the synthetic fibers are obtained as a raw material, and this contains a yellowness towards a varying degrees. How we can remove the yellowness that is present on the natural or the synthetic fibers? Number 2. Bleaching is required to remove the yellowish cast. So, to remove the yellowness, from the natural or the synthetic fibers, bleaching is required. Number 3. Chemical bleaching agents destroy the yellow coloring matter in the fibers. So, certain chemical bleaching agents destroy the fabrics or the textile material. Number 4. However, even if bleaching processes are carried to a technically acceptable limits of damage to the fibers, they never succeed in completely removing this intrinsic color. So the bleaching processes may also damage the fibers. They never succeed in completely removing the intrinsic color. How we can obtain a good optical brightening agents or the whitening agents with no side effects? Number 5. To produce the color white, it is necessary to dye with a fluorescent whitener. So the fluorescent whiteners are suitable to whiten or brighten the fabrics. Assignments. Assignment number 1 is, what are the critical factors in fluorescent whitening agents? Assignment number 2 is, what is the difference between fluorescent whitening and blowing method?